This is episode number 55 of Thursday Ketchup, where we discuss our week in shows, games, and whatever else we have going on. I'm Andrew, and no Joel this week. It's an incident with something. I forgot to make up a thing for why he's not here, and I kind of expected him to be here, but he hasn't replied to my text. So instead, we just have our guest this week.
Hello, everybody. My name is Christian Wagner, and I am one of the hosts of the FMK Show, another podcast, I guess, in the general scheme of the online recording entertainment enterprise, I guess you could say.
So I had seen your show on Twitter. I think that's where I initially stumbled upon it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I didn't understand what the title of the show was.
No. I mean, kind of coming up with the title of our show, we didn't want to just straight come out and say it, because, we might not want to do that. But basically what it stands for is, I'm allowed to cuss on here, right?
A little bit. I try to keep it PG-13.
All right. Okay. So the FMK show stands for the F word, and then marry and kill.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah. Basically where we do movie reviews, and we use that as a rating system, and, kind of just talk about a lot of stuff, I guess you could say. And so we kind of just were like, okay, let's use the FMK show. Then that way we're not just going out yelling that out. So, we wanted to keep it somewhat not inappropriate, I guess, for the title at least.
Makes more sense, and it did have me interested. I'm like, what's going on here? Because you mentioned it in like the introduction of the show. I'm like, I still don't understand. It's just like a movie talk show, but where does the title fit in? And then it comes in at the very end. You're like, it all makes sense now.
Yeah, we gotta keep the person listening until the climax of the show. Keep it interesting.
Had a little weird audio thing going on because I think we have a guest. Let me see what's going on here. Is he going to pick up? Maybe. Possibly.
Audio.
Thinking about it?
Oh, is that it?
Audio.
Hey, our second guest this week.
I'm audio.
There you go. We kind of started without you.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Like radio. But different.
Well, I'm afraid this is going to be coming out of your pay.
I'm going to be helping the football team this year.
That makes sense.
Full stop.
What?
I don't know.
All right. So, Joel has joined us. We're just getting through the introduction, finding out, this is Christian, by the way. He does a show.
Hey, Joel.
Hi, Christian.
He's one of those, liberal elites that lives out west.
Oh, he's a real libtard.
Exactly.
Is that what's happening?
I live in California.
Faking up the news.
Yes.
That's all they do.
So I fit all the California stereotypes we were talking about a little before the show. So,
Colin Kaepernick didn't raise $37 million for hurricane relief. He shouldn't have won Time of the Year. I'll tell you that right now. Are you seeing any of that, Andrew?
Oh, I'm aware. I don't care, but I'm aware.
That's like all Facebook is. It's stupid.
Quit Facebook. It's all Russians and your grandma.
That's true.
Well, you are just in time for a game. Well,
cool.
Let's our first guest decide. Would you like to go first or second?
I will go first.
That's a wise choice.
Yeah. Average play. We'll see.
See. I like to make these personal, and you know nothing about me, so good luck.
Great.
I had to look this up because I wasn't exactly sure, but in the year 2002, when I was either 16 or 17, I went to my first concert, which was headlined by Incubus, a very popular early 2000s band, for those who aren't aware. Which of these things happened at that concert? Number 1, I lost both of my shoes. Number 2, someone passed out next to me and I had to help carry them out. Or number 3, I got second-hand high and lost all depth perception.
Am I allowed to ask a follow-up question to help answer the question?
All questions will have to be asked after, I believe.
Would
in this game that I just made up.
Would you pardon him while he asks a question?
I mean, you can ask.
I was gonna say, you know, where were you at? Were you near the front? Were you actually sitting in the seats? Were you in the mosh pit? Kind of.
I believe I was in what is generally referred to as the pits, which is just like the standing area near the stage, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Then I'd probably have to go with option number 1.
Losing both of my shoes.
Yep.
This was something I was very worried about, and this concert took place during like late in the spring, so it was very warm, and a lot of people were wearing flip-flops and sandals, and a lot of people did lose their shoes, and a lot of them ended up getting thrown at the stage. However, I kept both of my shoes.
Damn.
You nimble bastard.
There were several moments where somebody stepped on my feet and my shoe came off, but I was able to retrieve it. It's very dangerous down there.
Mm-hmm.
So, Joel.
How'd you get to the concert? Did you drive there?
I went with my brother. I like that reference, though.
You're into it?
Hold on, I have to look up Incubus song titles, because I forgot all of them.
Are you into it?
I'm sure I have a CD laying around here somewhere.
Let me give you a warning about Incubus.
Keep going, I'm enjoying this.
I don't know. Love hurts. That's all I'm going to say.
There we go. So did I help somebody who passed out, or did I accidentally do drugs?
Oh, we're still doing this.
Yep. Did you accidentally do drugs?
Accidentally?
Or purposefully? Whichever.
I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
Hey, we got that in this week.
Yep. Always got to do it. What were the options again?
Someone passed out next to me, and I had to help carry them out, or I got second-hand high and lost all depth perception.
It's the one that's not you being high.
I think someone passed out next to me, and I had to help carry them out.
Yeah.
Well, someone did pass out next to me. I did not help carry them out.
I didn't think about that part of it. You wouldn't do that.
Oh, no. I mean, I paid my money. I'm watching the concert.
And you'd have to make physical contact with a stranger.
Yeah, I'm not about that life.
Yeah.
So
Just
I did
ignore it.
get accidentally on drugs, which is very fun when you have to climb stairs and you have no idea how far the stairs are from your feet. So that was fun. And then we went to a gas station, and I tried to open one of those doors to the freezer, and I think I missed it 2 or 3 times before finally getting it. That's when I knew something was wrong.
Why were they smoking? Why were they smoking crystal meth next to you?
Yeah.
It was seriously just like people openly smoking, like to the left and to the right of me.
Man, I saw Incubus not too long ago, and I didn't see too much crystal meth going around.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't meth.
Angel dust?
I don't think I've been that high. Like I've like smoked weed in high school or whatever. I don't think I've been that high, like period, like on purpose, let alone like not actually doing anything.
I was like literally in a cloud of people just in a circle around me smoking for several hours. And at 16, never having done anything.
Weird.
So I've
It's a tough
won this
go.
game that's really has no meaning on anything.
Congratulations. Hey, I'm gonna let you pick the order.
I don't think we're just gonna go in any order. I think we'll just talk about whatever this time.
Oh, well, you won nothing then.
Thank you. I'll accept my prize of nothing. So let's just talk about some shows to begin with. And since I won, I guess I'll kind of go first. I did listen to Christian's show, and I heard you making several anime references, but you would not commit to being a fan of anime one way or the other.
Who, me?
Yes.
What?
I believe somebody asked you, and you're like, kinda. But you wouldn't fully commit to being into it.
No, I have a subscription to Crunchyroll.
That's hardcore.
I'll admit that, and I actually own on DVD all of Cowboy Bebop, Blu-ray all of Dragon Ball Z, all of Black Lagoon on Blu-ray, Akira, the Cowboy Bebop movie, School Days.
You're just going for it.
Samurai Champloo,
That's a good
Samurai 7. I think that's it.
Do you keep up with any of the current things going on? Or do you just kind of pick and choose what sounds good and go from there?
Well, I was watching Haikyuu for a while there, because that's always a fun one. I mean, it's about a bunch of guys playing volleyball, you know.
Yeah.
And then the other one that I was really watching quite a bit was Shogukenki no Soba, which is the cooking show.
Yep, I've seen that.
Yeah, it starts off a little weird. There's a little bit of like ecchi kind of in the beginning of it, and then it kind of starts to taper off. But yeah, that, and then sometimes I'll turn on some of the weird stuff. I also read a bit of manga and occasionally, so yeah.
It doesn't. Not on the fence.
No, doesn't appear so.
No. I actually last year I took a trip to Japan. So.
Really? That's pretty dope.
Yeah. So I definitely am on the more or less I like anime side.
It would appear so. Well, here's a show that if you haven't seen it, I think I've mentioned it a couple times now, but never actually talked about it or what's going on in it. Have you heard of Made in Abyss?
I have not. I believe I've seen it come up, but I've never watched it.
I would strongly recommend watching it. The general idea of the show is there's a town on the edge of an abyss. The abyss is basically just a giant hole in the ground.
When you said made, I was thinking MAID.
That's what I thought the first time I
this?
heard it. No, it's made, MADE. Since something was made in the abyss, which you've come to figure out what it is by watching the show. So there's this giant abyss, and inside of it is treasure, which is why people are always gathered around it. The issue is that the abyss is cursed. Anyone that goes into it, the further you go into it, the more deadly it is to come out. So if you go to like the first level, coming out of it, you'll just get a really bad headache and feel kind of sick. If you go to the second level, you'll get like migraine type headaches and definitely start throwing up. and then further and further down until you reach a point where once you reach this level of the abyss, there's no going back up. You'll just die right away. So the main...
Until someone does it.
There you're getting on the way. The main character is like a
dirty beater.
like 12-year-old girl, I think.
No.
And she comes across a robot that they find was sent up from the very bottom of the abyss, because as a robot, he's not affected by the curse. At the same time, a letter comes up. The girl, the main character, her mom is one of the highest ranking treasure-seeking people, and the way they denotes the different levels of people is different colors of whistles, and the white whistles are the highest level, and her mom's one of them, and she's like the best person. And the adventurers find her whistle and a note, and they give her the whistle and let her decipher the note, which says her mom is at the bottom of the abyss and wants her to come down there and meet her. So the story is about her and the robot boy traveling down to the very bottom. And it sounds kind of like a kid's fun little adventure show. It is not a fun kid's adventure show. There's some very crazy things that go on the further and further they get down. So
it's kind of like almost like a more mature Spirited Away.
I would compare kind of to, not sure if you've seen ReZero, which came out last year.
No, I have not.
Which was one of my favorite shows, and I feel like it's fairly similar in tone to that, where bad things are happening and you really feel bad for the characters for them happening.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yes, yeah. It has like fun little lighthearted moments, and then super depressing things happen to make you feel bad. So if you're into that kind of thing, I really enjoyed it. I watched the whole thing in like 3 days. There's only 12 episodes so far, and they're only about 20 minutes long, so you can get through them really fast.
Yeah.
But if you have one show to watch, I would say that would be the one I would recommend.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I probably will check that one out.
See, the first episode or two of setting it up, it seems kind of boring and stuff, but it really starts going and things start happening.
Well, did you like Attack on Titan?
I did.
So I was going to watch it all, but then I didn't. So I started reading the manga actually first. And then when I was in Japan, I kind of saw what happens to Eren. Then I was like, well, that kind of spoils it.
I've heard once they actually go into the basement and find out what's there, you can just stop watching the show because it's so ridiculous and dumb that it's not worth it after that.
Yeah. So I read the manga until you actually see what Eren becomes, and then I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
I've heard
kind
that.
of lost me.
I'm enjoying it for what it is. I'm trying not to let that ruin it for me.
Yeah. So, but no, when I was over there, basically the big thing was Sword Art.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were releasing a new movie. So, like, everything in basically the anime district, Akihabara, was all decorated with SAO stuff. And people were wearing, like, pins with, Asuna, right? I think that's what her name is.
I think so.
Like, yeah, just it was going pretty crazy for SAO, but
if you're really into that show, then you got lucky. If not, not so much maybe.
No. Well, the second season got a little weird, but the first one was pretty fun.
I would agree with that. So what shows have you been watching? Mostly movies, I would imagine.
Yeah, mainly I watch movies majority of the time. But as for TV shows, I've been watching the IT Crowd and Toast of London. They're both BBC comedies, as well as Life's Too Short.
Your
Which
tastes sound very
kind of
global.
yeah. I kind of I'm all over the place, but both of those are actually on Netflix. Life's Too Short is on HBO, and that's about Warwick Davis, who played the Ewok as well as Leprechaun, and he was in Willow, but nobody knows who he is, and he's trying to become famous again, and it's kind of sad because he's a dwarf. So there's and then
He's famous. Like I know who that is.
I know everybody knows who Warwick Davis is, but
Is he playing a character that's not famous, or is he playing himself?
he's playing himself. So it's kind of it's almost like also what I'm watching right now is Curb Your Enthusiasm. So you know how it's about kind of it's like
I thought it was supposed to be like a reality show. I was like, I know who that is. I got you.
It kind of is, but it's a comedy written by Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant, who did extras in The Office.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that dry humor, and it's almost like Curb Your Enthusiasm, where they're making jokes about him trying to become back in the limelight, but he's kind of like not a nice person. But then again, he's also like a dwarf, so there's lots of like dwarf jokes. And then when you laugh, you just kind of feel bad about yourself. So that one's like tough to watch, because it's like you laugh and then you feel bad and you're like, oh, that sucks. So have you guys seen any of these?
No.
The IT Crowd's one I see a ton of like memes and stuff about, but I feel like I've seen all the good jokes now.
No, you should watch the whole thing. The whole series is spectacular.
How does it compare to like a Big Bang Theory?
I don't like Big Bang Theory.
I'm glad.
I know. Everybody's gonna hate me.
Everyone else is wrong.
Well, no, I just I'll watch Big Bang Theory, but I don't know. I've kind of considered myself as kind of a neat nerd or a geek, and I'm kind of like, we're not really like that.
Like weirdly snarky and have prepared speeches.
Yeah, no, that doesn't. I have actually had the conversation about what should I get, the Xbox or the PS4. So
that's
so yes, that conversation does occur, but no, I just never could get into Big Bang Theory. I tried watching The Walking Dead, got to season 3, and then I was like, this, it's kind of boring. Might as well just read the comic, but I don't know. I guess I'm too hipster, I guess. I'm from California.
I think you're allowed a certain amount, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Joel, any shows going on?
I don't know. I've been kind of hate watching The Walking Dead, and what else? I've watched that Gundam. I've watched most of for the first season of that Gundam show. Did you ever watch that?
I do need to check that out because it sounded interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Have you seen Gundam 00, Christian?
No. I actually did not grow up on Gundam, surprisingly. So I never really got into it. But I did go to the Gundam Cafe, and then since I went there, I was like, oh, I kind of want to get into Gundam, but I don't know which one to get into.
Well, that's kind of where I was at. Like, I saw one of the movies, I think, and I've caught like an episode or two of Gundam in the past, but I was never really into it. But giant robots seems like a cool idea to me. So I kind of did some research into like what people say is one of the better Gundam series, and that's where I kind of started, was with Gundam 00. And so far, I like really dig it quite a bit. It's like towards the begin, like the thing that I didn't like about like the reason Gundam never stuck to me was because it's kind of can be a little like up its own ass with like the political like war never changes kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they do some interesting things with like the whole setup is there's this like the Gundams are a group of basically terrorists that they're just stopping. They're like anytime there's a conflict, they intervene and they basically take out both sides. So like they're trying to stop war basically. So like the way that things kind of branch out from there is kind of interesting so far. And so far they're like obvious ways they could like bungle these kind of plots. Like they're like hard out kind of things, like just explain something away, like lamp shading. So like one of the things that was a result of them like declaring war on war was like one of the nations like had a lot of natural resources that were being tapped by another country. And so basically they seceded from a union, and the other country didn't like that. So the reason they did that was because they knew that this other place would intercede. And so like, how do you handle that? Like as the organization that's trying to stop these kind of conflicts, and also like which side do you attack if you attack at all? And then like, how do you handle those kinds of situations? And also like the bigger question of like, do they know like I assume the show, I don't know for sure, but I assume the show knows that this isn't something that could actually happen. Because I mean, violence is a cycle, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's like the point of the one movie I watched called Endless Waltz, which was the other Gundam thing I've seen and have a vague recollection of, was like, yeah, like fighting always like continues. So I assume that's like a theme going forward. So I don't know if the show's aware of that, and I don't know if the characters like within the show are aware of that, because they're all like all the Gundam pilots are kind of just following orders, and like the people at the top, it's kind of ambiguous what's going on there. So it's a really interesting show. I like it a lot.
I do feel like there's a lot of talk about war and not enough giant robots hitting each other.
And yeah, that so like at the beginning of watching it, I was like, because they kind of start off with that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of really good action in it. A lot of robots fighting. Like I would say every episode there's probably some fight. Yeah, definitely every episode there's some fighting going on. But yeah, it's a good balance, I think.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like a 10-year-old series, but it still looks like everything was. They were starting to do HD back then, so
yeah,
it looks pretty good.
Yeah, Gundam's always had good animation, which is nice.
Oh, I never liked the animation of the older Gundam shows. Like from what I've seen, it always seemed kind of.
Well, I think it started like a long time ago, so.
Yeah, it was like the 80s, I think, early 80s.
Compared to like Transformers at the time would have been similar.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, let's talk about games a little bit. I have played no games. That's pretty much
Try to play Rocket League with you.
Yeah, me and Joel play Rocket League sometimes. My basic strategy is touch the ball as many times as possible. Doesn't matter where it goes. That's just keep hitting it.
Yep.
Sometimes effective, sometimes not.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've only played Rocket League once, like a demo of it or something. And I was like, so this is soccer with cars.
Pretty much. It's not much more to it than that, really.
Yeah. Jump, fly around. It came out for Switch yesterday. I'm thinking about buying it if I buy it on because like that's a pretty cool game to like be able to play anywhere. So I kind of, if I do that, I'll have bought it for 3 platforms. I bought it for PS4, PC, and Switch.
It's different on all those, though.
I mean, I wish I could have all my same stuff across every platform, but
really,
as far as I know, you can't do that yet.
I guess that would make sense. It's probably just like tied to your Steam account, which you can't tie into anything else.
Yeah.
Guess we don't actually know if Christian plays any games. I know you played Rocket League once, and I believe from listening to your show that you used to work at a GameStop.
Yes, I did work at GameStop for 3 years.
That's a lot of GameStop.
Yeah, yes it is. Recently I picked up I re-picked up Wolfenstein, the New Order that came with the Old Blood, so I just played that, and then I'm redoing New Order, and then I also got New Colossus, but I'm playing through the first one again because I love those achievements, and then that way I go and also remember everything that's been happening.
What are you playing it on?
The Bone.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you think? Is it your first time playing the New Order?
No, I played the New Order like back when it first came out. One of the good things about working at a GameStop is that you're allowed to check out any game that you want as long as it's used for 4 days.
Yeah.
So basically what I did is I checked out like everything that they had in the store.
Yeah.
And so then that way I played basically everything, you know? Yeah. And it wasn't that hard. It was like, okay, beat Wolfenstein in, what was it, like 15 hours, I think? So it wasn't too hard, but that was without doing collectibles and picking up all that stuff, doing achievements. And
I just started playing it too because the new one came out and I hadn't played it before, and I'm not finished with it yet. I'm up to it's just killed the giant robot. It's I think it's like a third of the way into the game, maybe somewhere around there.
No, I'm doing I just got Wyatt or Fergus out of the prison. Depends on who you chose.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Does it affect the game a lot? I didn't even really think about it that much when it happened.
Not really. I think that you get different songs that you're able to unlock, as well as you're going through the game. You know how there's those little like health pickups that you can get, and it's like, oh, increases your armor or increases your health.
Right.
If you go with Fergus, it increases your health little pickups. If you go with Wyatt, then it's your armor.
Oh, cool.
So, and I think that kind of is just a little change, but I also want to say that it might carry over onto Wolfenstein 2.
Right.
On who you decided to save. So
that's kind of cool. I wonder if it does that on Steam.
Yeah. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think I kind of remember hearing something about that, and it's Bethesda.
Right.
So I'm not quite sure. Because no, EA did Mass Effect, right?
Yeah.
And
EA.
EA.
which I know everybody hates
good.
EA right now because of microtransactions.
It's like, this is nothing new. This has been going
yeah,
on
I
for
mean, like,
years. What are you
I
expecting?
I haven't liked the EA since the whole like online codes thing.
Yep.
Like so.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, and then that's why I don't know. I kind of tend to go more towards single player games more than anything, I guess. Single player or fighter. Like I don't know, on my shelf. Probably. I lately have been playing a lot of Doom. Again, I am replaying that. Just beat GTA 5 again.
That just came out for Switch 2. Doom, not
Doom?
GTA. Yeah.
Have you played Doom?
I've played about 2 hours of it, I think. I just started like way too many games at once, and I've been trying to power through some of them. But yeah, that's one of the ones I haven't really gone back to. It's super fun. Like I want to play it with a mouse also, and I have to like get my living room organized very specifically for that to happen.
Yep. No, I have a Doom poster on my wall, and I actually have a Doom T-shirt.
Nice.
So no, I'm in love with that one. And then my fiance, she loves playing Diablo 3, which I know you guys are fond of.
Mm.
And so I'm now playing through the season with her. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, hey, she likes Diablo and she's going to play it, so I might as well play it with her.
Yeah, that's cool.
I feel like a lot of people have been talking about Diablo 3 lately. Like, I might need to get back into it, but I don't have the expansion that went with it.
Yeah, I don't either.
The what's it called one?
Jeez, what is it called?
I think it's the only one they've had, right?
Reaper of Souls.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. So, and then they just released the Necromancer.
Right.
But
that was like a month or two ago, right?
Yeah, that's like $15 to buy him. So I haven't done that yet. Because I'm like, maybe for like a Christmas gift or something. Someone gives me like $15, I'll be like, I'll put this towards, Diablo. Why not?
That works.
Maybe they'll put it on sale soon.
Joel, any games besides what we've talked about already?
Dev talked about Mario Odyssey already.
Talked about it last week.
Yeah.
Mario Nips.
Yeah. He has them.
Yeah.
We all
except Link doesn't. So, sure, why not?
Does he not?
No, if I guess in Breath of the Wild, if you take off all of his armor, yeah. But Mario does.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
The 30-year-old question has now been answered.
Yeah. Now, does he have a butthole? Like I said, the other one, the Wolfenstein. Been playing a little bit of Rocket League. Been trying to play more.
You been playing any more of the SNES Classic?
No.
I can understand that with all the other games coming out. Like
the new Mario. I want to get through, like, I haven't, like, since I went on vacation, I haven't gone back to Persona 5. Like, I booted up for a second, and I was just not in the mood to, like, read and, like...
Of that issue
try to, like,
RPGs.
Get back invested in the story. Like, I just need to get back in it, I think, and then it'll click, but...
That's what usually happens. Like, I really don't want to play this. I guess I'll just start it up, and then 3 hours later, I guess I'm still playing this.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to do that one day, but I just, like, for whatever reason, I'll get back to it, hopefully. But that, I want to do the new Wolfenstein also this year, before the year's up, and I think that's about it. But I want to get all the Moons and Mario also.
All 700.
Yeah, I'm at like 500, and actually I might be at 600 by now. Yeah, I'm somewhere around 600.
until they release a patch and they're like, just kidding, it's 1,000.
Yeah, I bet. I I don't know. They haven't said anything about DLC for that game yet, have they?
I don't think so.
It'd be pretty easy just to add a world or two or something, which I wouldn't mind. I'd give them money for that.
Wouldn't be surprised to see that closer to Christmas.
Yeah, except Nintendo doesn't do DLC. They just they kind of do what Street Fighter does. They just add on the characters onto a different game and then resell the game at full price, just like what they did with Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, is that what they did with Smash Brothers? I wasn't into it when they started doing that stuff.
Well, kind of with the Wii to the Wii U one.
Yeah,
they added like 6 extra characters on, but
that you could pay for.
Well, they were on the updated one, but they weren't on the old edition. So it was like, oh, if you wanted to play Super Smash with these playable characters, then you'd have to buy the Wii U plus basically the same game.
Yeah, they do that.
Plus like an extra, however many characters it had.
Yeah.
But.
I think didn't they have some DLC for Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, they added a like a hard mode basically, and also a feature on the map that shows you everywhere you've been, and also an endurance kind of mode, kind of survival challenge kind of thing.
They make you pay for that?
Yep. It's $20.
Yeah.
Once they've done it on Zelda, it's open season for Mario.
So I kind of expect them to do it. Although, like, I'm not happy having paid $20 for the Zelda stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like $20 worth of features.
You still did it, though.
But, I did it before I even knew exactly what everything was, because they weren't, like, super upfront about exactly what it was at the very beginning. But if they do it with Mario, it has to be something like New Worlds. It couldn't be, because they already kind of have like a boss rush kind of thing in there, and I don't know. It's just like paying for more costumes or whatever in that game wouldn't do it for me. It'd have to be new areas.
Yeah,
but it could happen. Might happen.
Anything could happen.
They might make an Odyssey 2. Who knows?
In 12 years.
Well, Galaxy and Galaxy 2, how close did those come out together?
Well, yeah, they were both on the Wii, weren't?
Yes, it would have been within a few years of each other.
I think that's the only time like 2 3D Mario platformers have come out on a console.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I can remember, anyway.
Wait, was there one on Wii U at all?
There was the one Mario game for it.
Was it 3D platformer?
It was Super Mario Builder or whatever that one.
Well, there was Mario Maker, and then there was also
there was a 3D.
There was a new Super Mario Bros. Wii U, which was a 2D thing.
No, I don't think there wasn't a 3D one. That's why everybody was making a big deal out of Odyssey. Was because they were going back to, they were kind of calling it the next Galaxy.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
Alright, let's go on to our last section, since we don't want to go too late. Just talk about whatever else we have going on. Even though I didn't pick an order, we're basically going in an order, so we'll just keep going that way. So I had nothing going on.
What food-related thing do you have?
Well, this week, for lunch, I had... No.
Last
What'd you-
night I watched Videodrone for the first time. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
What's that?
Don't believe so.
Okay then. You're
What is it?
It's David Cronenberg from 1983. It's very trippy, and if you are under like 18, I don't think I would watch it because it's
Oh
weird.
shucks.
Let's just say that people are shoving VHS tapes into their chests. It's weird. So
I believe that's Teddy Ruxpin you're thinking of.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find someone who's actually seen it, and nobody has, because it was kind of that weird 1980s movies. So that, and I watched Sleepaway Camp, and that's interesting as well.
Sorry, we've already done the show section. I'm going to have to delete all of this.
Hey, those are all movies.
Shows encompasses TV and movies, I'm afraid. So, I'll just leave this at a warning. I'll let you get away with it this time since you're not terribly familiar.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you care. What
Other
about
than
life?
that,
What do you do in life?
I bought a new jacket yesterday.
Nice. Faux leather, I hope.
Absolutely.
If it's real leather, I think people around you might have an issue.
Mm-hmm. No, because I only wear it outside or like around my house when I'm doing chores and it's hot out.
Say, do you even need jackets there? I thought it was always hot.
No, we need jackets. It gets cold. Gets to like 50 degrees at night or 60 degrees.
Oh, that's cute that you think that's cold.
It's like snowed twice.
It was 55 today, and I ran in t-shirts and shorts.
So that's like a balmy day here.
Yeah, that's a hard pass.
You're missing out. How many times a year would you say you have to scrape the windows off your car?
Ugh.
0. I have actually never done that.
It's so much fun, especially like early in the morning when you've taken a shower and you're outside in the freezing cold and your hair is freezing.
Mm-hmm.
Good times. Yeah, sorry, Joel.
Is that a shot at me? What are you talking about? Are you talking shit?
Beards have hair too, I'm sure.
I gotta talk
It's
about hair.
chilly.
I'm so triggered right now.
I'm sorry. Let's see. Yeah, the only note I wrote down was that work sucks, which is pretty much just a constant
Green
thing
Day
for me.
lyric.
Yeah, it's that as well.
Or Blink-182, my bad.
I'm on week 6 of overtime, which for me means working about 70 some hours. Which
But
is
that
what
means
I've-
money.
Yeah, you would think so, right? It's funny how you make more money, but then end up spending it.
Where's your money going?
I have a theory that there is just like an ethereal vortex that swallows up any money I make.
You know how to find it.
It's also very possible that I have a kid and they take money.
It didn't take that much money. She's small.
You'd be surprised.
Wendy
like
usually takes my money.
She need like a can of beans a day.
That's what it is.
It's not that expensive.
Yeah. Joel, anything going on in your life? Apparently you're out actually running again. No
Yeah,
wonder how
I
old.
actually hadn't run in oh boy, it's been over a month probably.
I'm there with you. I haven't been to the gym that I said I was going to get
Well,
to in the
I
last.
hadn't run. I'd been to the gym. Like I've been to the gym like pretty much every day. Like, I don't know. I'll go to the gym about 5 times a week. But today I ran because like my knee was bothering me before, so I just kind of let it chill for about a month. And then I ran 6 miles today because it was barely warm enough to do it, in shorts and t-shirt. So
Good times.
why did that come up?
I'm not sure.
You asked a question.
It sounds like something I would do, but I don't recall.
What'd you have for lunch?
I went to Taco Bueno.
Oh yeah.
I regret it every time I do, but it's good at the time.
Which one's Taco Bueno?
That's the one where no matter what you order, they mess it up somehow. Maybe you've heard of it.
I can't think of which one that is. It sounds like it would be good though. It sounds like those tacos might be bueno.
You would think the title of the place would give it away. Not so much.
What's your favorite taco place?
That's difficult.
Christian, what's your favorite taco place?
We have a place called City Tacos. Either that. I've never heard of Taco Bueno. That was for a second. I was like, "Wait, are you talking about Taco Bell?"
It's similar-ish. It is like a chain place.
Yeah, but no, I've never heard of Taco Bueno.
Oh, I know which one that is now. That place is overpriced. I feel like.
Yeah. I would agree with that. So they don't have too many taco options. They do kind of get pricey for what it is.
Have you been to that place on that used to be? It was like half. They had Mexican food and Chinese food. It was called Amigos.
It sounds very familiar.
The place where that used to be is just a taco place now, and they have the best tacos I've ever had, probably. It's in the town you live in. Huh?
When I live in now?
Yes.
Might have to check that out then.
And and their lunch is cheap. It's like, you got to try it. It's great. It's like $6 or $7 for their lunch, and it's like it's like tacos stuffed with meat and cheese, and it's great.
Sweet. Well, we got in food talk at least this episode. So we'll get ready to get out of here. I'll give Christian a chance to plug his show some more because I know that's why he's here.
Oh.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Where do you go to find it? What's going on with it? All that stuff.
Yeah, it's called, again, the FMK Show. We're on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker. We're trying to finally get onto Google Play, but that's kind of all messed up, so we'll be on there very shortly. Or we're on our website, which is www.thefmkshow.com. So if you are connected to the interweb, you can go there and see our entire back catalog. We're also on Twitter at FMK Show, as well as we have a Instagram up as well at the FMK Show. So we are kind of all over. So there's so basically it's our rating system that we go by, and it stands for the F word, marry, and kill. And that's kind of like, one and done. I could watch it over and over again, or I wish I'd never seen it. And we also play the game at the end of the show, so it gets a little weird. I'll say that. But yeah, basically we just do movie reviews. So if you're wondering, I know that our latest episode was Thor Ragnarok that we did, and coming up, Uh, out of the three Thors, it's the best one. The best part of it is Jeff Goldblum.
Ugh,
No. What? No.
I didn't like that.
You don't like Jeff Goldblum?
I thought it was a little too pandering.
I don't like pandering.
I think that personally for me, it felt like a Guardians copycat. I'm just going to say it. I said that a lot on our podcast.
I had
Not a
similar
bad thing,
problems with that movie.
but it's definitely very much comedic is kind of what they're starting to go towards, where the Thor series was actually quite serious in the first two, but now it's like turning into comedy. So yeah, very interesting. But that's the last one that we did. And then coming up, we're actually going to be doing the movie Raw for Thanksgiving. So that's going to be coming out this coming Thursday.
It's the Eddie Murphy comedy special, right?
No.
Something else.
It is
It's the wrestling
French
podcast?
No.
Monday
It's a
Night
French
Raw.
foreign film about cannibalism and a coming-of-age tale for a girl going to veterinarian school.
Those two stories definitely go together.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Yep. So make sure if that kind of stuff interests you, then make sure you definitely pop on by.
All right. Our plugs for this week. The Thursday Ketchup Live Tour starts at the end of the month. We'll be in Brattlesboro, Vermont. Tickets still available.
Are there?
Yeah, there's a few left. Are you going to be
Really?
at that show? I can't remember.
Surprised that's not sold out yet.
I mean, get them while
No,
you can. They're going...
I told Matt that Matt said he'd go to that one.
Oh, sweet. So, get tickets now. Especially with Matt there, they're going fast.
Yeah.
YouTube, Facebook, all those boring things. Send me something on Twitter and I'll send like a funny GIF back at you, because that's all I do.
Yeah, I saw you did something with my name on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember.
Subtweeting, as the kids call it, I think.
Is that what it was?
I don't know. That's a word. I know it's a word.
Subtweeting?
Yeah, it's like subtext, but with tweets. I'm not even sure if that's correct. That sounds right.
I don't know.
Yeah. ThursdayKetchup@gmail.com. Send us an email. I will forward it to Joel to prove that somebody has sent us an email. And
Yeah.
it wasn't just me emailing myself.
Still waiting. Pins and needles every day, waiting for that first email.
A little over a year now. One's coming in. I guarantee it's within the millennium.
Gonna give such good advice. Did those people all kill themselves? What happened
I'm
with that?
pretty sure suicides across the board. So,
So, job done there.
yep, that solves all your problems. Warning, that does not solve all of your problems.
I mean, technically, it kind of does.
I'm gonna go with a no, just for legal reasons.
All right, I'm just saying.
So that's Joel's advice next time you want to send an email. So do not send any emails to him.
Yeah, life's hard.
There you go. That's all for this week. Come back next Thursday when we will catch up again.
Catch you later.
Bye.